very cold today. I wanted warmer soup.
Hey, you miserable bastards. You know who died yesterday? Huh? Garry Marshall.
Oh, Garry Marshall. He and I were staff writers on the old Joey Bishop show.
Oh.
You ask anybody who worked with Garry, they'd say he's the nicest guy in showbiz. May he rest in peace.
Garry Marshall was a schmuck. I ever tell you about that time he swindled me back in '76?
Oh, here we go again.
I was a baby staff writer on the Laverne and Shirley show. I wrote the episode where Laverne and Shirley end up on the airplane and accidentally knock out the pilot and then they gotta land the plane themselves.
A classic.
It was. I turned it in, it slayed. 2 weeks later, my check comes in the mail. It's at half my rate. I go to Garry, I say, why? You know what he told me? I turned it in 1 minute past the deadline. I mean, what a jamoke.
You think you were swindled? You know how much I was getting paid when I was the staff writer for I Love Lucy? Bunkus! Yeah, the men, they were getting $60 a week. Me? I got a frickin' nickel. A big red 5 cents. Oh, I got so hungry. I started to eat my own hair.
We know, Dolores.
Well, I rewrote The Godfather Parts 1 and 2 and saved Francis Ford Coppola's sick baby with the power of prayer. And you know how I got paid? With a sandwich and a punch in the grapes.
Don Rickles burned down my house.
Say, that reminds me about how Garry Marshall took my idea for Happy Days.
What?
Oh, you're gonna try to make us believe that you created Happy Days?
I was golfing in Palm Springs with Garry, Dick Van Dyke, and Ronnie Reagan. I say, I've got an idea for a show set in Milwaukee in the 1950s. And Garry says, it's not my kind of show. The following fall, what do you know? The debut of Happy Days, created by Garry Marshall.
Oh, you call that being swindled? When I used to write features for RKO Pictures, I came up with a magical formula how to turn human shit into gold. And then they just took that away from me. I earned nothing, and now they're ruling the friggin' ass world.
Well, that's a sad story. You'll have to pardon me while I go get my handkerchief. Norman Lear had me chained in his basement for 60 years. I had to write all the shows for him.
Every month, I shed my skin like a cottonmouth snake.
Oh, yeah. Life is so difficult, my prince. Oh, you know, getting paid peanuts is one thing. But do you know what it was like to be a studio page in the 30s? Charlie Chaplin would get amused by throwing bricks at my head. I still can't even think straight.
Oh, cry me a river.
Oh.
Roy Disney made me give a hand job to a goat.
I've seen Dick Van Dyke beat a Venezuelan man to death.
I haven't slept in 6 years.
I had to fuck Bob Hope.
Audrey Hepburn cut off both my hands one time.
I shot a dog today out of boredom.
Bob and him tried to kill me in my
You
dreams.
was a no-good son of a bitch. What do you think I did?
Did you hear Garry Marshall died? What a lovely man.
Garry Marshall was a schmuck. I ever tell you about that time he swindled me back in '76?
Oh, here we go again.
I was a baby staff writer on the Laverne and Shirley show.